What's up, fantasy fans? This is Michael Govier. It's a Palazzo Podcast YouTube channel. Wanted to jump in. It's Sunday night. It is officially 7:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a full weekend of baseball. What a ride. 4 days. One of the days was very light. That was Friday. But man, it feels good to have baseball every day. New outcomes, new statistical reports that we can look at and review. StatCast data. Whee! Brendan Donovan leading off on a really good lineup. Looks like the ADP was incorrect with him. And I don't have any other shares than in my home league, which is a head-to-head Cats league. I wish I did, but boy, I know 2 home runs in 4 days, but he's leading off in that lineup. That's all that matters to me. He could have gone over. He's in a great spot, and his positional eligibility is so rewarding. So many positions. Brendan Donovan was miscast this preseason. You look around otherwise, what are some other things that happened? Kyle Finnegan got the save today. Now, I know he gave up some runs on opening day, but that was in a mop-up duty. The Nats lost to the Braves 7-2. Finnegan got the save today. That's the guy I like. They may end up trading him by the deadline, but they want to pump him up to be the guy who gets saves. There won't be many saves in Washington, but the guy who's going to be there is Kyle Finnegan, so he's worth adding. And then Mackenzie Gore was great today, too. That's nice to see. Rock solid and got the victory. So many players, so good. Adam Frazier is on a heater right now. Baltimore's got a lot of players they can mix in the outfield. In fact, on the Palazzo Podcast Discord, we had some disappointment over Kyle Stowers. Looks like he only had one at bat. He only got one opportunity this whole weekend in Boston. That sucks. And they only had one lefty starter, Chris Sale. So Stowers is a lefty, thought he would play against the righties, and he didn't. That's bad news. But Adam Frazier looks good. Looks like he's on a heater right now, and so is Adam Duvall. Adam Duvall's on fire. He went 3 for 5 today. You got to ride the Duvall heater while it lasts. You know how Adam Duvall plays. So definitely worth picking up tonight going into this week for fantasy baseball. Adam Duvall and the Red Sox. Good for you, buddy. He's getting shit done. Can't blame him. Joey Gallo, double dong. He was one of my last picks in my NFBC main event draft in Las Vegas last weekend. I had no other shares of Gallo except in one other draft I did 3 days later, which was on opening day eve in a Fantrax 50 Classic, which is basically 12-team head-to-head points league. So those are my only 2 Gallo shares. I jumped on late, but double dong day, it's legit. I got to give a shout out to my guy Brady, who works over with NFBC, and he's a radio guy. And he was, from the moment I picked Gallo there, the live draft in Las Vegas, he was telling me, dude, he's going to hit 37 home runs this year. He's got 2 already. That's nice. Doesn't mean he's going to hit 37, but Gallo is a definite power supply pickup. And you think about power overall right now. Corbin Carroll had 3 steals today. He went 1 for 4. 1 for 4, had 3 steals against the Dodgers. That's awesome. Plus, by the way, saves-wise, the Diamondbacks, McGough got the save today. Chafin got the win, but last night Chafin got the save. So it's either one of those two. It looks like Kevin Ginkel's a distant third right now, which sucks for me. But going back to my point with the power, it looks like the power is here this year. The juicy ball, the juicy fun ball is back. We had many double dongs today. I mean, it wasn't just Gallo. It was Patrick Wisdom with the double dong. Nolan Gorman had a double dong today. So it looks like the ball's flying out of the ballpark. I know it's way too early. Of course, this is completely over the top, absurd, instant reaction gibberish. But the ball is flying out, and if that's the case, MLB wants to have the funnest season possible. That means stolen bases, home runs, lots of offense. But, if you look around, there were still a lot of guys who pitched great. Jeffrey Springs was dominant today. You got to give him full credit for that. Tanner Houck, my guy, I drafted Tanner Houck a lot. He was kind of an afterthought. He went 5 innings and got the win against Baltimore today. That was really nice to see. It wasn't a dominant performance, but he got the job done. Graham Ashcraft, 7 innings of really good ball. And then Seth Lugo of the Padres with 7 innings, no walks, 7 Ks. Outstanding. Seth Lugo was really good today. A lot of people like Nick Martinez of the Padres, but maybe Seth Lugo's the guy to pick up instead of Nick Martinez in that rotation. Also, my guy Mike Clevenger, who I also drafted late in my main event, he was really good against the Astros. 8 Ks. He's not a good person, but he's a valuable fantasy asset. And I just said he was my guy before I said that, too. I just realized I just said that. Oh, he's not my guy. Mike Clevenger, you are not my guy. But I will take your statistical output because I want to win my fantasy league. But we're not going to hang out, and I'm not going to write you a letter of recommendation for anything. Let that be very clear. So I'm going to dive into my FAAB now. If you're not with us in the Patreon, that's where you can find out all my FAAB choices. I actually have a draft tonight. Some old pals from high school wanted to do a last-second draft. We're 4 days into the season. It's on Yahoo. It'll be fun to do one more draft, especially with a few results to nibble on here. Am I right? So much to take in. I would not go crazy with anything in FAAB for me, depending on your roster. If you have some guys that you really don't like, or if you got the guys that are injured, if you've got a Verlander or a Tristan McKenzie or another player that you're like, well, this guy's not going to help me right now, so I need to make some additions, then of course, FAAB away. Please, go to town. But I wouldn't blow my wad early. I never like to do it. I accidentally spent too much money on Sal Frelick last week, and he's not even on the team. Joey Weimer's the guy that everyone's going to spend a ton of money on. I'm not. Do not spend a ton of money on Joey Weimer. I'm saying it right here. I'm going to lock it in. I think it'll be a waste of money to spend triple digits on the Brewers' new shiny toy outfielder, Joey Weimer. I know Eric Cross loves him, and I respect the hell out of Eric Cross, but I'm not so sure Joey Weimer is just going to show up and take over. His plate discipline is not great. It's not. That's my opinion. You want my opinion? You got it. You want someone else's? Go find it somewhere else. You know what we do here at Palazzo Podcast. 2 L's, 2 Z's. I'm going to work on my FAAB on the Patreon tonight and do my draft and kind of take all this in. And the fact that Yoan Moncada is back, baby. That's right, Yoan Moncada. It's on. The Yoan Moncada season is officially underway. 2023 is the return of Yoan Moncada. It only took about 3 years, but he's back. And I feel great about having my shares of Yoan Moncada, who was going like ADP 310 this year. It was an afterthought. Nobody cared, just like Brendan Donovan. I love it. Yoan, good to have you back, my friend. Love the White Sox this year. They're dominating the Astros. It's just like I said, no more Tony La Russa. Let the good times roll, and they are on the south side of Chicago. So enjoy it, Sox fans, and we'll catch you this week on new episodes of Palazzo.